Well, hi everyone, and welcome to Rob Evans 365. And it's early in the morning here, and I'm just reflecting on the activities of yesterday with the kids on school holidays. And school holidays, I think I've indicated in the last week, they can be challenging, can't they, when you're trying to get your normal things done, especially if you run a business like I do, and you're looking after the kids at the same time. Then it can be really challenging to maintain the same level of productivity while you're still wanting to interact and your parent your children. I mean, you can't just leave them locked up in another room and you just do your normal day and then poke food in under the door kind of thing. You've got to, from my perspective, I want to make sure that I'm growing that relationship and nurturing that relationship with them at the same time. So I thought maybe today what we could talk about was what we did yesterday and how great it was. So the way that I set myself up for the school holidays with the kids is I sat down with them and to work out what are some of the things that they would like to do over the school holiday period. And so I split the how I have the kids with their mum, so my ex-wife. And so for this week, I had them for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. And she'll have them Thursday, I'll have them Friday, she's got them over the weekend. So what that means is that I've got to kind of shift my work so that some of it will shift to the weekend, so I will do some catch up effectively on the weekend. So I structure my time in a way that during school holidays I try and get just the bare minimum of things done to keep things going, make sure that the client's needs are met, still building relationships, addressing any concerns and so forth that people have. And then when the time that I don't have the kids, then I'll probably work a longer day. I'll be then focusing back on more of growth of the business as opposed to just maintaining when I've got them, because I split my day with meeting those commitments and then spending a big chunk of time with the girls so that their needs are met, and so that I can have some time out with them as well, so that we don't just have the normal rush that you tend to have during the normal school term. And they've got their cheerleading commitments and dance commitments, and often it means that, and with their homework, that we don't spend a lot of connecting time together. So I like to sit down with them and work out what are some of the things that they specifically would like to do, and that we do those together. So I'll just walk you through a couple that we got planned for this week, and some we've already done. So essentially planning to do something every day that is on someone's wish list of what they would like to do. So for instance, yesterday we went to, Monday was recovering after the cheerleading and so forth, and they just wanted to do their drawing creation, and Emily's creating some clay, hand modelling clay type pieces for a school project that she's doing, and Olivia is just drawing beautiful drawings for a book. And then yesterday we decided that one of the things that I like to do over the holidays with the kids is take them to a good movie, and during the warmer months we'll take them to the drive-in. And when it's cold though, it's just a bit impractical. It's too cold in the car and the windscreen keeps fogging up and everything. So we went to see Toy Story 4, and it was a really great movie, actually. I like Toy Story 1. Toy Story 2 was good. I thought it wasn't as good as number 1. And I only caught glimpses of number 3. That was on TV recently, and I recorded it, and I only saw snippets of that. But Toy Story 4 was really cool. And when you think that the franchise has been going since 1995, what an incredible feat it is to produce another, fantastic movie, and so well set up for the fifth one. I won't spoil it for you for those that want to watch it, but I encourage everybody to watch it. I think great job. I love Tom Hanks, but I love the way that they put together the story and everything. And yes, I cried at a couple of parts where you will probably be able to work out where they were if you watch the movie and you see the key bits. And we had a great time. So what do I do when I go to the movies? Yeah, I had a choc top. Yes, I don't always, but I had a choc top. I buy the kids a choc top. And I know it's just a bit of a tradition that we have. If we go to the drive-in, I normally get some jam donuts, some hot jam donuts there, and I'll normally have one of those. So yes, I do have some cheap meals from time to time. And so that was really nice. We had a really good time talking about that. Some really funny parts of the movie that we kept laughing and reflecting on, which was good. And then, so today, what have we got planned? Oh, that's right. So the kids also like to do some cooking. So I said what we should do is go through, all our recipe books and so forth and work out, so what are some things that they would like to make, and then we'll make them. So they wanted to do entree, the main and dessert, which is a real challenge because obviously, well, not obviously, but they struggled to agree on what it is that they would like to cook and struggle to come up with one thing, never mind three. But Emily's a sweet tooth, so I'm sure she'll find a dessert that she'll want to make. And then we'll make those, which I think is really fun. We've done that a few times before, and they really enjoy it. And because I want to encourage that, it's good for them to have fun in the kitchen and enjoy the food that they make and so forth. So I think that's really cool. So that's what we're going to do today. They go later tonight after dinner to their mums. So all day Thursday I might see them. They don't live too far away. But Thursday will be a head down and working hard to say catch up, but do those things that I'm not otherwise able to do when I'm spending the time with the kids. So tomorrow's a busy day. Today's super busy as well. It's early in the morning here, but a super busy day today with client-facing time, and I've got a couple of gaps in there where we're going to do some cooking with the kids this afternoon. And then on Friday, the kids come back Friday morning, and again, I've got a fairly a busy morning, and then it eases up in the afternoon, which is where I normally do my creative work, building relationships and so forth. We're going to go for a walk to Mount Cannibal, which was during summer here, it was burnt out and closed down, and I believe it's opened again. So we're going to go for a walk up there, and that's I think it's about a 1.5 kilometre around. It is a mountain, so it's quite steep. There's some beautiful views from up there, and we thought we would do that because I picked Friday because I just had a look at the weather forecast, and it looked like the pick of the week in terms of sunny weather and stuff. And that will be really nice to go up there because, again, we love the outdoors and doing things outdoors, and I just love sharing those experiences with the kids. So that's what we've got planned for the rest of this week, and then the weekend I'll be putting in some long days probably with working on my book and so forth, the final parts of that before it's sent over to my publisher for the final part. So I've basically got another 2 weeks to finish my part of it, which is achievable, but I'm trying not to stress about it I'll hopefully get some more work done on that, a little bit of work done on it today, and then some more tomorrow, and then over the weekend hopefully finish it. Well, not hopefully, I will finish off the other parts that I need to do, and just waiting on Kerry Potthast forward, and then that will be my part of the book done for now until they the editors over there get their hands on it. I do have to get it proofread, so I got to find someone to. Well, I've got one person that's given a quote for it, and then I just have to. We're just waiting on another quote from someone else to do some proofreading of it. So so it's so that's progressing. But I think the school holidays. It's an important. For me, it's important to take yourself out of the normal grind and make sure that we do spend that connecting time with the kids, because life is busy, and when you're at school, they're at school, and you're in that normal daily, weekly grind, I think you can disconnect, and you just get stuck on this constant treadmill of sameness, and you can lose that connectivity, especially as the kids get older and they start to form their own alliances and friendships with other people. They certainly become disconnected from the parents, and I know that I certainly did that, and I guess there's a natural part of that is finding your own identity and doing the things that you want to do and so forth. But I just think that if you create those fun opportunities and memories that you do together, then the kids will always remember those, want to do those with their children, but also providing them with some fun times so that they have a different perspective of you, and you're not always seen as the person that is demanding things from them. Do this, tidy up this, do that, put that away. Those kinds of things, and they can look at it as from the perspective of, this is how I've been parented, and I really enjoyed those aspects, and those are the aspects I remember, as opposed to all I remember is the nagging. And I know when I was growing up that was a big part that I couldn't wait to get out of home, because there was just so much nagging, constant nagging. Now that I'm a parent, maybe perhaps I would see that differently than now, and I would say, well, maybe I do the same thing that Mum used to do. I don't know, but that was certainly how it was perceived by me at the time, and I couldn't wait to move out of home and go and start my own life, earning my own money, and be independent, and far enough away from home so there couldn't be just that drop in that you can get. So I think the kids are having a good holidays so far. They get 2.5, almost 3 weeks off this semester, so that makes it even more challenging. Not sure what's happening in the third week. Next week, I've got them for a couple of days on the weekend. So having them on the weekend is good, because obviously I can separate myself from my client commitments a bit more, and just do everything with them, and it can be just a little bit more relaxed. Otherwise, I've got to be constantly focused on the time and what's going on, what I'm doing, what have I got to do next, have we got time to do this, etc., etc. So that's what works for me. So I think my message for you here today is, what are you doing to make sure that you stay connected with your kids? What are you doing to help their health, their mental health, their physical health over the holidays, rather than just sitting in front of the TV and doing that kind of stuff? Yes, we went to the movies yesterday. It's not something that we do. We do it like once every school holidays. We've planned some physical activity in there. We've planned some fun cooking to do as well. I think we've spent a bit of time just talking about some life issues and challenges and that kind of stuff as well, like challenges that I face, and talking to the kids about those, whether that be relationship stuff, financial stuff, what I'm doing to grow the business, that kind of thing. None of the kids, they're only young still, but none of them want to run a business. And I say, well, that's fine. You don't have to do that, because they see that what I do requires a lot of work, and that's not something that they want to do. And that's fine. I didn't want to either at their age. So I was 40 years old before I decided I wanted to do what I do now. But I guess the message is spending that time with them, connecting with them, planning some things with them, getting them to have some ownership in making decisions, which might sound simple, but like I sit down with them and I'll prompt them with some ideas, but getting them to come up with some creative things that they could be doing over the holidays, rather than just, okay, we have to go to a paid event each time. So, looking at what are the school holiday programs that are run, let's go do this, let's go do that, let's go do that. I mean, all of these things cost a lot of money, and they normally only last for a few hours, as opposed to doing some things with nature, or just at home having a conversation, for crying out loud. Those things are priceless, and they really just require your time and imagination. And I think my girls certainly appreciate that time that we do spend together away from the TV, or even it might be in front of the TV, but it's talking about some issues, or just having some fun and so forth. We do that every night. We have a wind down procedure where that we'll have our showers, they'll jump on the bed, we'll just have a talk about what's happened for the day, or just having some fun. And of course they never want to go to bed. I say, but it's only 9 o'clock, or it's only 9:45, or yeah, it's 9:45. I've got to get up at 4:20, so I'd appreciate it if you go to your rooms. You don't have to go to sleep right now, but Daddy needs to go to sleep soon. I think it's just important time. You'll always remember those times that you spend with the kids. You'll remember those special experiences that you share with them. I can't remember every movie that I've taken the kids to. I can remember some of them, but I can remember every time that we've gone to somewhere like, say, Mount Cannibal, and gone for a walk, and what we did, and how we felt after that, and how much fun the kids had. And even though they may not have wanted to do it to start with, by the end of it they were really enjoying it. So I just think things like that. Certainly in my region, we are really lucky in terms of we can drive. I think it's less than 20 minutes, a less than 20-minute drive here into the mountains. It's a 45-minute, well, it can be less than that, but to go to a beach island like Phillip Island, it's about a 40-minute drive, 45-minute drive from here down to an island, sandy beaches and so forth. So we're really lucky. And this time of the year, we could drive for an hour and we could be up into the ski fields. So not necessarily the best ski fields, but there's ski fields here. So we are very, very lucky to be able to not have to travel too far to experience nature in all its beauty. And then, also because of the rugged coastline that we can have, you can go to nice calm waters where there's sandy beach and so forth, and then you can go kind of turn a left and you can be exposed to some very rough seas, like high cliffs, and the water coming in like it does down at the Great Ocean Road on the Bass Coast, and it's just a real contrast in the environment and topography. So it's really quite beautiful. I think it's those simple things, getting out into the fresh air, doing some exercise and just having fun with the kids and conversation and picking up shells or rocks or just looking at the waves, taking photos, all that kind of stuff can be a whole heap of fun. And I would just encourage you to look for opportunities like that where you can start to create those memories with your kids that they'll always remember. And look, please make sure that you take some photos so that you can reflect back. Take some video. I think in this day and age, taking video where you hear the kids talking and doing things, for them to then listen to that and play it back, you can get so much from a photo, but the videos tell you so much. You don't have to post everything on Facebook. I rarely post photos or anything, videos or anything of my kids on Facebook, but they are loaded into the cloud somewhere so that these things don't get lost with time. And every now and then you look back at them and think, oh wow, remember that. And they're just beautiful, beautiful memories. So that's my thought for today. Find some beautiful things that you can do with your kids over the holidays, create some memories, and have some healthy fun. Because this is a part of your overall health and wellness, the relationships that you have. You have different types of relationships with different people. For those of you that have children, this is a time for you to be thinking about what can I be doing to create those stronger bonds with the kids. Actually, one closing point. I know I've mentioned this in other 365s. This is a tip that Dr. Phil gave me when I was in Los Angeles last year, and what he did with his kids. And I did it with my kids this year. For Christmas, I said to them, I don't want any gifts, but I said what I would like is for you to give me 1 hour a week where I can use that hour to teach you whatever it is that I want. So all it is an hour a week, so 52 hours a year, where I will do something, I will pick what it is, and I will teach you something different every week. And it might be from, we've done changing a light bulb, we've done putting air in the tyres, checking oil in the car. I know these are all masculine things, but they're just simple little practical things that one day the kids are going to need to know what to do, how to do it, and they'll just be able to do it. It might be a budgeting thing, how to do a budget, how to save, talking to them about compounding interest and what that means, how to cut a tomato. Yeah, we don't spend an hour practicing cutting a tomato, but it might be an hour in the kitchen showing how to cut a tomato. Things like turning on the gas, how you do that safely, so that you don't, like if the pilot light doesn't spark and light it up, then you don't just leave the gas on. How to make sure that you're, cooking safely, for instance, like with a wooden spoon, and where to put the spoon, what to do with where to be stirring it from so that you don't burn your forearm or anything like that. And just how to carry the saucepan, where to make sure the saucepan handle is, not sticking out and into a walkway or something so you can easily knock it. Just a range of different things. Cutting the grass, how to start the lawnmower, how to start the whippersnapper, how to plant the trees, picking vegetables, picking herbs. Whatever it is, you just pick whatever the topic is, and then you spend the time teaching them how to do it. And they really do value it. Now, I haven't been great with it in the last probably few weeks, but now that it's school holidays, we'll do it. So like today, for instance, with the cooking, there'll be some time I spend with them teaching them how to do certain elements. And then they teach me things as well, which is really great. So we spend some really good connecting time actually at the cheerleading competitions, and this last weekend, where Emily was getting, quite nervous. I could tell that she was getting quite nervous, and we were in a really noisy environment. Like we're on a tiled area. It was really loud. It was loud in the where the cheerleading performers were. I said, let's leave and let's go somewhere else. So we went out and we went up into the pool area, up into the where the grandstands were, and we were just watching the state athletes being trained and coached and everything. It was much quieter. All you could hear was the kind of splash of the kids swimming up and down laps in the pool. And after about 15 minutes and so forth, you could just see that she just completely relaxed. I think it was a couple of things. One, I think it was, we were just having a soothing type of conversation. We were in a warmer climate because of the pool, and it was quieter. And just the watching the water, watching the people go up and down, gave us things to talk about as well. It just distracted her, and that was my objective, to just distract her and just get her to relax, because she's starting to get a bit worked up. And she completely changed. But during that time, we talked about a bunch of different things about, these high performance athletes, coaching, watching their technique through the water. We were talking about how they could teach me to swim properly, and we were having a lot of fun around that. So I think it's finding those opportunities, making those opportunities to do those things can be priceless. So have some fun with this, and I will see you tomorrow.